Let's look at how we generate the reports in our e-vote book for the NTCs. On our home page, we have 4 buttons which we shall be using to view the reports. These reports are generated automatically based on what you enter into the general ledger. The operational budget report is extracting data from your work plan codes. Chart of account budget code is looking at extracts from the chart of account. Enabel is generating report for Enabel budget and the income from what we receive. When you go to your general ledger, there are parts for work plan code. We have also the chart of account code and the income code. So these are the 3 which our template is using to generate the reports. Those 3 there. Going back to the home, when I go to the operational budget report, all reports are having similar features. Where you find yellow, it means you have to fill in your budgets at the start of the financial year. The A1, A2, those are the work plan codes from the general ledger. The yellow, you fill in your expected budgets for each line. Then we have the months throughout the financial year. And at the end, we have our total expenditure, which is the total from what we've spent in the months. We have the balance, which is the difference between what we've spent and what was budgeted for. The extreme end, we have the execution rate, which is the percentage at which we are using our allocated budgets. Let's take an example. We have 320,000. This 320 is for work plan code A1. When I go to my general ledger, 320,000 is here, A1. If I change the work plan code to be A2, and I go to my operational budget report, you'll notice that the 320 has moved from A1 to A2. So these reports are basically picking what you enter into your general ledger. If the total is not 320, the unit price is 50,000, and we have 80 as quantity, the total to be 4 million. When I look at my operational budget report, the figure changes automatically. And that applies if I change the date from July to August. If we change this figure, the date, it's not July, the transaction took place in August. Going back to my operational budget report, the 4 million will move automatically to the right position. That applies to all these other reports for chart of account codes. This is picking figures based on the chart of account codes here. Whatever you enter is automatically generated into our report. Like that. We have quite a number of codes for the chart of accounts, but all will automatically be filled in as your financial year goes by. When you look at the Enabel budget report, this is picking only the report based on what you are using to spend. What do I mean? When I go to my budget, to my general ledger, we have this last part. How are you spending? Which bank are you using? Are you using the Enabel grant? Are you using the Enabel cash? Are you using the Enabel direct support or the Enabel support cash? So the Enabel report is basically generating a report based on the expenditure source. Enabel budget report here. So you'll notice that I have 4 million spent from the Enabel budget simply because I changed this expenditure. This one here to be from Enabel grant. In case I used bank 1, I go back to my Enabel budget report, the 4 million will disappear because It's not spent from the Enabel grant or Enabel support. So that's how you'll be using your reports.